My name is Shone, and I work at the YWCA of Calgary, and I have the honor and privilege of working for the women, the courageous women that we serve, who are dealing with situations of poverty or family violence or social isolation, new to the country, new to the city, trying to make a break and start something new, all sorts of things. And just last week, I had the opportunity to present at an event where I tried to put myself in the position of one of the women that we serve. She had written a beautiful letter to provincial leaders around what it was like to be homeless and in her particular situation. She was a working woman, had contributed to disability pensions her whole life, and came upon a time when she developed a debilitating illness and could no longer work. And because she couldn't work, she couldn't support herself, and all of the money she had put into RSPs she didn't have access to. And so she found herself seeking the services of the YWCA, and we were in a position, hopefully, or not hopefully, but definitely to honor her and to take her in and provide her an opportunity of taking care of herself again. So in that process, in her letter, she had presented to readers the opportunity to consider what it might be like to pack up and leave her home or their home if they had never been faced with homelessness. And because of presenting her story, I put myself in her position. And I packed up my purse and one plastic bag, as she had challenged other women to do. And into my purse and my plastic bag, I packed an extra shirt, some pajamas, a little bit of makeup. I forgot many things. My keys, my iPad, and my cell phone, because they were my lifelines. And as I was standing at the landing in our home, I live in a townhouse in the north end of Calgary, and we have 3 floors. We have a basement, we have a main floor, and we have an upstairs. And there's carpet going up the stairs, and it's this teal carpet, and I look at it every day, and it drives me crazy, and I think someday I'll replace it, but I haven't been able to do that quite yet. And in the meantime, we have, sitting on this teal carpet, we have this array of frames, and they're all frames of mostly family photos. We've been working on a family tree project. All of these photos, they're primarily black and white. They're in black frames or silver frames. And there was one particular photo that stood out to me as I stood there with my purse and my one plastic bag, imagining what it might be like to pack up at a moment's notice, whether it had been because my house had been burned, or maybe my spouse was violent and I had to pack and leave as quickly as possible, or maybe I was just returning for a few short moments and getting what I needed and leaving. And having packed, I had a bit of a pit in my stomach, and it slowly moved to my throat when I was standing on the landing looking up the stairs, because the most prominent photo I could see was a photo of my grandparents. And it was a photo of my grandparents' wedding. And it was beautiful. It was originally taken in black and white. It had been painted very carefully with watercolor, as they did at the time that my grandparents got married. The glass on the frame is bowed, which they don't even make anymore. And the photo was handed down to my mother when my grandmother died. And when my mother passed a couple of years ago, it was handed on to me. And even though I knew I was just going to work and I was just putting myself in, or trying to put myself for a moment in someone else's shoes, I actually contemplated taking that photo with me to work. And then I thought about what else I would want to take with me. The Afghans that my other grandmother might have made or had made, and the jewelry, the family heirlooms, anything that had meaning. And then I realized in a moment that A, I had run out of time because I had only given myself a short period of time, and B, I really couldn't take it all with me. And I started to think about all of the women that we serve and all of the photographs and family heirlooms that they might have left behind, that they may never, ever, ever see again, and the meaning that those things have, and the sense of home and the roots that those things give us. And it gave me, I would say, a very, very firm appreciation and reverence, I think, for that process, and just a genuine honoring of where they're at and why I do what I do. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be in a position where I can do something small to make somebody else's life better who may have had to go through that process.